Hi everyone, I'm Shauna and welcome to my channel. Today's video is an inventory part 2 and I'm going to be talking about my skincare, body care, and hair care items much in the same way that I did with my makeup inventory video. So if you haven't seen that, I recommend that you go check that one out. Okay, so what I have done is I have created some subcategories within each major category. So in skincare, I've broken it up into like serums or face washes, things of that nature. I've taken pictures again of everything that I own. However, many categories are photographed together. And the point of this is not necessarily so you can point out every single thing that I own, but so you can like see visually how much I have, how big items are, and like to help quantify the number. There are a few items that are a bit out of place. Some things that I didn't realize were hidden in a drawer, or they get stuck at the back of the drawer, something like that. So a couple of items in these photos are out of place, and then there is one like little shot at the end of some miscellaneous items. However, they've been counted numerically in their group. So let's just dive into the numbers. I am way more shocked as to how big of a collection of stuff I have in these categories. I honestly thought I had way less, and I'm a bit embarrassed with how much I own and also like some of the products, because I would never buy some of these things now. And I think that in itself is a bit of a lesson. A lot of the things that I own are actually samples. I had way more samples than I realized that I own. My guess is maybe like 30 to 40% of what I own are in sample form. And like in some categories, like the shampoo and conditioners, like more than 50%, if not 50%, are in like the sample kind of category. So I just wanted to make that clear before we started counting. And I am counting samples as individual items because they take up space and you do use them individually. So if that's not your jam, you don't, count samples as stuff. I do. And we have that clarification out of the way now. Okay. So we'll start with hair. And I have 11 shampoos and 11 conditioners. I think about 6 of each are samples, but not everything lines up. There's a couple of odd, one shampoo here and then a different conditioner there. I was a little surprised that all these numbers lined up nicely in these categories. And I also have 6 hair masks. I have 2 full size and then 4 samples. I have 10 styling products. And I have 2 hairsprays, 2 dry shampoos, and 4 heat protectants. I thought I had 1, but it turns out I don't. So in the hair category, I have a total of 46 items. So my goal for each of these categories would be to have like 1 shampoo, 1 conditioner, 1 heat protectant, 1 to 2 hair masks, if any at all, 1 hairspray, and 1 dry shampoo at all times. So many of these categories, because they're so inflated with samples, I think I can get this category in half by the end of the year. So I think that I could have 23 items by the end of the year. I think that's a doable goal. I'll go to body care next, and that's because my skincare category is the biggest one, so I'm gonna leave that one for last. I have broken it down into like hand soap and then body soap, body, creams, body lotions, bath bombs, and then other bath products. Okay, so I have 5 body washes, more than I thought. I have 4 hand soaps, and I did know that I had this much because I buy the Body Shop bar soaps in packs of 6. I live near an outlet, so they sell those in packs of 6, and then they're like 40% off. So I get them at a really reasonable rate. I think it's like $15 or if not less for those 6 soaps. And I like them, and that's kind of what I've been doing for a couple of years. So I typically have a stockpile of those. And for me, like that totally works because I'm not like going out being like, oh yeah, give me some bar soaps. I go crazy for bar soaps. Can't know what that was. I don't go crazy for bar soaps. I don't overspend in that category. So like that kind of system works well for me. I have 9 body lotions. There's 2 that aren't pictured in there in the picture that you're seeing. One of them is it's a duplicate of the Body Shop, like the big tub that's on the screen. I have another one, but I think it's in like a mango scent. And then I also have like a pump of another cream. That one's almost done, but it was like in my bedroom and I totally forgot about it. I have 4 bath bombs, and then I have 2 other like miscellaneous bath products. So I have a bubble bath and then like a bath salt. So total for that category is 27. Let's talk about skincare. This is the category that I didn't realize I had so much in. And this is kind of really similar to many of the makeup categories where I saw visually how much I had, but I didn't like connect that visual element to like physical numbers. So I have 27 face masks. Who in their right mind needs 27 face masks? That is years worth of masks that I was dumbfounded. I was like kind of finding masks everywhere. And that's because the drawer that my face masks are in like is completely full. So it has overflow to other places. And I think that's one of the things that makes me the most uncomfortable is that when my thing got full, I was like, I'll just find more space. No, even having that much is too much. 27 is too much. I am hoping so the ultimate goal for this particular category is 2. One, like one of those like mud masks, that are usually for like acne or, something like that like dry down. And I like those, a hydrating mask, and then perhaps like a 3rd exfoliating mask. So at most 3. And I have 27. That's almost 3 times what I would like to have. That is just bananas. Okay, so for cleansers, I have 8. I actually thought I only had 3 because those are the full sizes that I have. But then I found so many little like samples and things like that. And I was thinking about how much I have and like why I have so many samples. Part of it, I think I have 6 like shampoo and conditioner packs. And I keep those, and I also keep like face wash packs and like some like hair styling samples. Yeah, things of that nature. I keep the samples kind of like backstock because when I travel, which is not often, like once, maybe twice a year, if that. And I like to keep the samples, or even like a body wash sample if I have that, so I can just like keep them in just bring a couple of samples, like throw them out when I'm there, and I don't have to lug around like huge containers of stuff. And I don't have a lot of like sample kind of travel products because I don't travel a lot. And when I do, it's like, okay, 4 days here, 2 days there, maybe 6 days. And it just doesn't seem like I can't really justify having those travel products. But I feel as though if I'm buying less stuff, then I'm going to get less of these samples in my orders. And it just seems kind of wasteful to hoard up shampoo packets, like in case I travel this year. And in 2019, I went to like a small trip to Kingston, Ontario. If anybody, where Queen's University is, holla at me if you live down there. Anyways, I did like a small little trip there. It was like overnight. And then I went to Chicago for 5 days, something like that. And in those trips, I used up like 2 shampoo packets. So I'm gonna hoard like 6 or 10 shampoo packets to like maybe use 2. I don't know. It just like that logic doesn't hold up to me anymore. So I'm definitely going to use those. Okay, that was a bit of a tangent. For face creams, I have 15. Holy cow, 15? How many years worth of moisturizing products do I own? Same with masks. How many years will it actually take me to use these things up if I actually attempt to use these up? Years worth of stuff. It's just baffling that this is where my money has been going. Okay, I also have 2 makeup removers. I have one, it's like an oil from the Body Shop. Love that, I've been using it. And then I also have on backup this like Kopari coconut oil. And that came in like a set. So that is on backup once I finish my oil. I, again, don't really hoard that kind of style of product. So not hugely concerning. I also have 2 eye creams. I usually only have one, and I bought an oil because my eyes were drying out, and then the oil made it worse, so I went back to the original one, and then that was working way better. So again, not something that I really hoard, but I still have 2. For serums, I have 7. Again, more than I thought. I thought I had 4. For oils, I have 4. I knew that. And then for treatments, I had 5. I also have 3 like face scrubs and then 1 shaving cream. So my skincare category has 79 products. It's just alarming to me. Essentially 80 skincare products. I don't know why I need that much. And this Oh, sorry, I forgot some numbers. I have 4 acne products and then 1 self tanner. Both of those numbers are fine with me. And the total for everything is 152 items. I'm a bit shocked. I'm a bit shocked and I'm a bit embarrassed with how much I own in quantity. And it takes up so much space. And the sad fact is, I have less right now than I did a year ago. And how much money I've seeped into this is too much. And it's embarrassing. And I don't want to own this many things. I want to get rid of it. So I think the next logical step would be to start project panning this kind of stuff. And I think the next move is going to be to create a mini, a sample project pan, because a lot of this stuff is samples. I could probably knock out all of those, what's it called? The shampoo and conditioner packs in a month. And then my number would go from 11 to 5 or from 22 to 12. That's a huge chunk right there. Cleanser samples, moisturizer samples, and I think this could just be a really easy way to reduce the size and just the physical space this kind of stuff is taking up, because my collection is overflowing out of their homes. I would really like to work on having less of this kind of stuff too. And I mean, that's a theme this year, is using what I have and having less and finding out what I really like and what I really enjoy. And I've been using perfume samples this year. Using samples is not a useless task. I think maybe some people think that it is. Perhaps I did previously, but I have found some perfumes I love through perfume samples. I've also found, shampoo and conditioners that I love through samples. So, I mean, they are a good way to test products. In some categories, it doesn't make sense. I have serums and treatments and samples, but how much can you tell if you if a product or if a serum works with 1 use or 2 uses? Not very much. So definitely doesn't make sense in specific categories, but it totally does for others. I wonder if I try anything in the next, if I do create this project and then I do try go through every single sample that I own, so I have no samples left, and I actually wonder how many things I would find that I really enjoy and would want to purchase, and then actually out of those things, how many would I actually go and purchase. And perhaps I'm like taking back what I said, but I think one of the reasons why I've hoarded samples, or I've always been like, yes, 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 give me a sample, even though I don't love it. Or do you know when like Sephora will have like, you can get this kit, like this bag, this goodie bag of like samples and minis if you spend like $85. And if I'm $5 short, I'll be like, yeah, like I'll spend that extra money to get those samples. One, it's a waste of $5. I shouldn't have done it. But two, I think I'm always just looking for like the next best thing. Like I need a new, like I want to find my holy grail makeup primer or shampoo or moisturizer. So I'm going to get this sample. And I get sucked into buying more or getting samples that I don't need and don't want. And there have been many times, like when I'm checking out on my Sephora cart and you pick your 2 free samples, there have been times where I haven't liked a single item, but still, got them anyways because they're free, like they're worth it. But they're not, they're just waste, even if they're small, because, as for me, I've accumulated so much samples. And I'm just accumulating stuff that I don't really need and don't really want. In that framework, I don't really want samples anymore, unless it's a product that I've been dying to try and I'm like super stoked about it, and like I might have considered buying a mini or something like that. My view on samples have changed. Now you know how much I own. And I don't know, how much do you own? Have you ever counted all of your things before? Let me know in the comments if you've done this and like what some of your numbers are. So that wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching and counting my products with me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, I hope that you will like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.